Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's Swisswoman15, and welcome back to another episode of this, or another Battle Replay from online Medieval 2 Total War. This one was sent in by Paladin Bob, otherwise known as Watcher of the Lick, who's in the Britannia Hot Seat campaign, and the Grand Campaign Hot Seat, and something else. And anyway, guys, he sent it in a while ago, and finally I'm uploading it. It is a pike rush, I believe it looks like, as you can see. Terrible, disgusting pikemen. And if you're wondering why I said it's Swisswoman15, I believe I said that. Well, basically, what happened is I changed my name on Steam temporarily to Swisswoman15. It stemmed as a little joke between Kipuka, it's Jake Bro, and Jamie Dodger, who together called me Swisswoman a few times, and then, I don't know, I was trying to convince Kipuka to make his name actually Kipuka because he had it spelled He had it spelled incorrectly, and that really bothered me. He changed it because somebody was like, couldn't say his name or something. I don't know. Probably me. No. But he changed it. I was trying to convince him, and then I thought, you know what? I'll change my name to Swissman15 if you change it back. And goes, I'll keep it as Kipuka as long as you have it. But then I was like, you know what? I'll just change it for a day no matter what, just because it's fun. So right now on Steam, for a day or two, you'll see my name as Swisswoman15. And it's somewhat of a joke, but it's also the point is that it's not supposed to be a joke, because who cares if I'm a man or a woman? What if I'm just a woman with a really deep voice and a boyish face? You don't know. Yeah, I'm doing that, so that's a thing. And I just thought it'd be fun to say. So thank you all for coming. This is a replay, a subscribe replay. Of course, I have plenty more coming along, and I will try to get them to them as I can, but also I have my own battles that I want to upload. So let's just look. We have Paladin Bob playing as France with the ton of pikemen we saw. We have Portugal played by Pike and Shot. I have played against him a few times. He is a good player. He's got pikemen, standard heavy infantry, quite a standard build. On the opposing side, we have War King playing as Milan. He's got some mailed knights, I believe, with upgrades, and nice hospitality without them. So he seems a bit new. And yes, he is new because he spammed feudal knights. And interesting, he has archers in tight formation. So I don't expect too much from him at all. If we go over to the other player, we have Gustin10, Sweden, I guess that's supposed to be an abbreviation for. He's playing as the Byzantines. He has Latin Con without upgrades, I don't think, so that's iffy already. He's got dismounted Latin Con, Varangian Guard, and some archers. So I do believe it's already in the favor of the attackers, and they could easily just sandwich Milan before Byzantines come anywhere near. So I'm convinced that the attackers will win with their little semi-rush going on. Let's see how it goes. We can go to 2.0 speed for this. Paladin Bob always bringing the unconventional army with a giant pike rush and mounted archers as his only cav. This is rather humorous. He's such a fun player. Thank you so much for sending this in, just for the humor, but I hope all your pikemen die. I don't care what else lives, but I hope your pikemen die. I hate them. I hate pikemen. Okay, I don't have anything against them, I just can't use them well, and they're not my type of strategy, but people are like, oh, pikemen are so good. I'm like, never. They're too cheap. So he's rushing in, he's got his spear militia as a meat shield. At least they're not pikemen. And he's got his other units running behind. They're not in pike wall formation, so we'll see what he does with this. And he's got his general. Look at him. Oh, he looks like a rebel general because he's a mercenary unit. Oh, how cute is that? Oh, and now he's going in the Schiltrom, something like that formation. It's something weird. And he's going in for the rush. He's got his mounted cav going on to defeat this cav. I believe they are about equal in melee, believe it or not. So we'll see how that goes. And plus, he can just shoot them to bits already. And they have no armor, or pretty bad armor. Latin Con do, so they should be shot to bits rather quickly. If you go here, we have the beginning attack. I believe now he switched into a pike wall formation. Yes, he has. They can't really charge anymore, so now they're walking into combat ever so slowly. How interesting. Oh, we have mailed knights coming from Milan in a flank situation. Probably going to get a good, decent charge off on these Voltigeurs. Yep, they take out pretty much the back of the unit before they turn around, but I believe this is going to end with a lot of dead Veiled Knights. As you can see, they're dropping like flies through the pikemen. He lost about 6, or actually 6, so still good charge since they were behind, but they did get a little bit back of a punch. It seems that these pikemen are just smashing through the... they're Byzantine spearmen, so you shouldn't expect much, but we'll see how they do against heavy infantry. They already lost their pikes already, now fighting with swords, so that's interesting. I don't have much faith in this pike army, but we'll see how it goes. They're pretty bunched together. Some still have their pikes. That might be the saving grace, because they can just poke their way through. Look at them poke. Poke, 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 poke. If we look at the other side of the battle, we just have archers moving up, got Pavis, and it's going to be an engagement over here. They're about to get the first volley off, probably going to kill off a lot of these Aventurios. If he got his archers in loose formation, he would have a much better chance against this army. But, ooh, that's a deadly first volley, though. You can see a bunch of Aventurios dying very, very quickly due to these shots, especially this one unit. Maybe he's concentrating fire. It seems like it because the rest of these units are safe from annihilation. If we go back, we have a lot of archer fire concentrated on these spearmen, which is exactly what Paladin Bob wants. And his infantry is fighting fine and actually breaking through the enemy infantry right now. That's so weird. It's like, they're pikemen. They shouldn't be able to do that. They should all be dead. Oh yes, he's creating a little box over here, it seems. Trying to point these Voligers out, maybe. Not sure, but he is taking heavy casualties from this offensive. And of course, this wasn't anything grand of infantry to begin with, nor archers, nor of a player, it seems. So, still, very nice attack by Paladin Bob, just sort of poking his way through. Poke, 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 poke. The Byzantine Guard archers will do fine in melee, but I feel like it's too little too late to save them all, especially since they're in loose formation. I might get a few of these Flemish pikemen slain. Actually, he's retreating the majority of his forces back to his ally. Smart move, considering that he's lost most of them, but I think he needs to turn around and make sure that he doesn't get completely destroyed. We have some flanking French-mounted archers shooting into them and routing these Byzantine Guard archers, and that's all she wrote for the Byzantine battle. Over here we have a bit of a shoot-off, a bit of a fire-off. What is this? Skirmish. Skirmish is the word I'm looking for. And they're just dwindling each other down to decent numbers. Definitely in favor of pike and shot, though he is losing quite a few pikemen and archers, but considering that these Genoese crossmen are in tight formation, he's not losing as much. He's losing way too much, I mean. And he's losing dismounted field knights at the same time. So, yeah, and he spent way too much money because that's 4 of them here, so all of these have like a lot of excess money. This is probably about 700, this about 900, and this over 1,000. So that's a lot of money to spend for one unit, especially since this unit right here is being annihilated. That is 1,000. Since it's already down, that's like 300 florins down the drain right there, with just being shot to death, and then these units too. And surely these conquistadors will do nothing but destroy the enemy. They are very, very strong units, especially with armor upgrades, so I don't expect much of a fight from Milan. His cav will be pretty much destroyed by conquistadors since they are completely outmatched, and they're being flanked just the same. And this is just going to be a complete and total annihilation. So, lesson for you, don't spam feudal knights. Don't be the Byzantines. And please don't spam, well, I guess apparently now you can spam pikemen and rush. If that's what you want to do, then please do so. But apparently you will lose to a bunch of pikemen. Or you'll win if you do it, and you'll lose if you are the Byzantines. I'm jumbling all the things I'm trying to teach, and these are so many feudal knights that will be ultimately destroyed, especially when the flank comes. He's got his archers fighting in melee as well. That's kind of amusing. Some of them tried to flee. They're taking out some French-mounted archers, so at least they're doing that. Haha.
Only half of our force remains.
Okay, that's only half of the French forces now left. They're engaging the final troops of the Byzantines. These Varangian guards should actually do pretty well against pikemen, since they don't have much armor, and they should be able to, they're slicing through a lot of them. But overall, the Varangian guard won't have enough morale nor numbers to take out this many Frenchmen on their own. But he can hold them off trying to give his ally as much time to beat back the enemy as possible. But of course, their Aventures mixed with Conquistadors, and that is a very, very tough combination to beat. So, Pike and Shot doing really well, getting some routes already with his cav going around. Or actually, that was Paladin Bob rushing in. Portugal and France have very similar flags. Hard to tell them apart. So he's got his Genoese crossmen shooting into the little bits of Conquistador cav left. The rest are fighting in a blob, and it seems that the Milanese troops are routing, and there is a flank coming from Paladin Bob pretty quickly. But so very nice job by Paladin Bob getting all these flanks and probably capturing tons of prisoners at the same time. Ooh, this is just a slaughter, actually. I don't think the Milanese have gotten any kills at all. Okay, maybe 1 or 2. Like 10 kills, no, tops now. At least 100. I'm gonna go for like 250 as the entire kill count for the Milanese. Maybe 300. I'll go with 300 as my final guess. 250 for the Byzantines. Maybe. I don't know. Depends. Paladin Bob had heavy numbers, and it's really weird, but still, they destroyed the enemy. Like, this is not even a close contest. It's over now. We have some fleeing troops, but we have cavalry for the winning side, which are routing the crossmen pretty much instantly. They're wavering already. Pikemen are approaching, and they will all rout just the same. And with that, that's pretty much all she wrote. It's going to end in about 3, 2, 1. Oh, so close. Alright. Okay, actually they got a lot more kills than I thought they would. 600 and 700 kills apiece. That's actually pretty decent. It seemed like they were getting destroyed, but still Pike and Shot and Paladin Bob had very, very high numbers. They got about half of their army to be killed. So, interesting tactics by Paladin Bob. Nicely played by both Paladin Bob and Pike and Shot. Decent attempts by the low side. They're probably newer to this game, don't know much, but considering what they did play well. So they did shock me with their final results. But please comment, guys, and tell me what you think about this battle, how you like your pikemen. I clearly like my pikemen dead, because I don't have any of them, and I like the enemy pikemen dead too, because pikemen are my enemy. And thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Goodbye, my friends.